Alright, this is my second stream, follow up to a few days ago when I did my first ever stream of Pokemon Emerald Battle Factory open level singles. That was going for win number 99. I got win number 99, so now I'm going for win 100. I got about 45 minutes, so we'll see how much we can do in that time. Um, and last time I my opponent had a Latios, and I was very conflicted about whether I wanted to take it or not. If I was going to take it, I would almost certainly swap Espeon out because I have Espeon for Heracross 2, Raikou 6. Uh, and what I'm ultimately decided that I'm not gonna swap for Latios, even though there is definitely a lot of upside to taking it, because if it's one of the really great Latios sets like Latios 1 or 2 or 4, uh, it would be a pretty significant upgrade over Espeon, but there are also some Latios sets that would be a pretty significant downgrade. And so what I actually did was I made this quick little calculation where I just did like the probability of each of the Latios sets, and then like what the difference in value is according to the team builder, which obviously, you kind of have to take this with a grain of salt, but it's tough for me to like quantify in my head in any way other than this. So if I do a little sum product of the probabilities and the differences between having Espeon versus having Latios, I end up with a negative number. So on average, at least based on this very back of the envelope analysis, taking Latios is going to make my team worse. Even though there are definitely some scenarios where it makes it better. So, and unfortunately, I just don't know anything about which Latios it is because I got a crit with Bite on Latios from my Espeon, and so it just died in one hit. Uh, so yeah, all that to say, I finally just decided we're not going to take Latios, and we will move forward based on that. Going for win 100. Okay. We've got, let's do next battle. No type. Also free spirited and unrestrained, so we still know next to nothing. And I will not swap. Always painful to pass up on a great Pokemon like Latios, but sometimes you gotta do it. I do already have pretty good Pokemon. Got a Dragonite. Okay. And yeah, we know also just next to nothing about which Dragonite this is. And there's 10 freaking Dragonite sets, so it's like very tough to scenario plan here. I do think Espeon's probably a pretty good matchup for Dragonite because there's like nothing like there's probably very little. I doubt there's a single move here that would like one shot me. Like, Hyper Beam from Dragonite 3. Like, let's just look at Dragonite 3 Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam gets pretty close. It's a range, 31%. So that is a chance. I can't attract. Let's look at if it's like, what's like the best special attacker here? It's probably Dragonite 6 with Dragon Claw, I guess. It's probably not going to do a whole lot. Or it might be like a 2-hit KO. Not even. Oh, that's because I still have the +1/+1 here. Okay, it's a 3-hit KO. Um, uh, if it's like Dragonite 1, yeah, 1 could be, I mean, but even if he Dragon Dances, I'm still gonna outspeed. I haven't been looking. This is a chance to 2-hit KO, but not guaranteed 2-hit KO. Yeah, even if he Dragon Danced, it wouldn't be a 1-shot. But it would be a 2-shot, and so he would maybe 1v1 me by virtue of 2-shotting me, and then I only have a 41% chance to 2-hit KO. Dragonite 2 with Double Edge. Yeah, if it was that, and he... Yeah, but even still, like, I'm still faster after a Dragon Dance. They all pretty much have the same defensive stats, right? Like, if I go Dragonite 3... Dragonite 3 is actually worse defensively. Yeah, there are some that have some special defense bulk. If I look at Dragonite 6... Yeah, like, there's somewhere it is a guaranteed 2-hit KO. So those ones are definitely the ones that are, like, the best matchup for me. There's just so much that could happen. I cannot scenario plan everything. Let's think about possibilities for switching. Neither one really seems that compelling. Like, Raikou, yeah, if it's like special attack Dragonite, then there's maybe an argument to switch in and then do a bunch of, setups with Calm Mind, substitute rest. But, it could just as easily be Dragonite 1, and it hits uses Earthquake, and then it does pretty significant damage to Raikou, and then I'm in a bad spot. Or Dragonite 2, whatever. Yeah, I think the best thing I can do is just Psychic and then gain more information. There isn't a scenario where I could, like, Calm Mind and then 1-shot with Psychic, right? Like, even in this scenario, if then it's a 50% chance. It's not a chance I feel like taking. Yeah, I'm just gonna Psychic. Alright, that did pretty legit damage, or pretty significant damage. Oh, that's a crit. Whew, okay. Alright. So, this was Dragonite, Dragon Claw with a Shell Bell, so, I mean, it's one of those first 3. Dragon Claw, Shell Bell, and yeah, basically just equal probability of all 3. It's gonna use one of its moves randomly because it's gonna see a kill with all 4. I can obviously guarantee a kill because I outspeed with Psychic on the next turn, or what could be a strategy is to swap into Raikou, knowing that it most likely only has special moves, and if it's Dragonite 8 and it knows Brick Break, like, Brick Break's not going to do much to Raikou anyway. So, like, I could switch into Raikou, hit some Calm Minds, hit some substitutes, rest, and then, like, just fully set up and get +6/+6 special attack and defense, and maybe hide behind a substitute, and then KO Dragonites, and then I'm set up really well for whatever his next two Pokemon are, unless, one of them's like ground type or something, which is a big limitation of Raikou. I feel pretty good about doing that. I think the setup works really well. I should probably calc it just to make sure, but let's go with 6, and then I guess maybe I'll check 8 too, just in case. Let's look at 8, because 8 has the one non-special type move. Yeah, I mean, this is just not anything to worry about. Like, yeah, it could crit me. It could freeze me. The freeze is actually probably the thing that I would be most worried about. And so that, like, after 1 or 2 Calm Minds, I should probably start hiding behind a substitute to make sure I don't get frozen. Although it's not going to use Ice Beam. Yeah, it's going to use Dragon Claw, because that's what is going to do the most damage. So actually, no, I don't really need to worry. I guess it's going to use a random move on this first turn. So, it could use Ice Beam and freeze me. I guess 1 in like 40 chance. And that's, only if it's one of the ones that knows Ice Beam, so. Let's look at Dragonite 6 just to make sure there's no, difference here. Okay, I'm going to switch to Raikou. This is Thunderbolt, cool. Okay, so it knows Thunderbolt, so it's not 8. And it's just a 50-50, whether it's 6 or 7. I mean, Dragonite 6 and 7 is also pretty good. It's definitely not as good as some of the, really great Latios sets, but there could be an argument for taking this thing. Okay, so, yeah, I'll hit, 2 Calm Minds, and then, substitute, and go from there. +2/+2. Yeah, he's not going to be doing a whole lot. Yeah, I'll substitute. Keep Dragon Clawing. Dragon Claw again. Is that going to knock out the substitute? Yes, but I can substitute again. I'll just rest now. I guess he's, oh yeah, because of pressure, he's out of Dragon Claw PP. Okay, so I have to be mindful of that he's gonna use Ice Beam. I don't want to get frozen. Oh, I guess maybe he's not. I get a little confused why he used Ice Beam then. Oh, because it was a random move, because he saw a kill. Because I was at like 6 HP. Right, Dragon Claw has like 15 PP, so it's not gonna run out that quickly. 2 more Calm Minds, then we'll kill it. There's a Surf. Okay, maybe now it's out of Dragon Claws. I'll substitute again. I guess maybe there's an argument for like resting again, waking up, and then getting behind a substitute again, and like maybe I'll have more HP. But I don't know. I'm like maybe risking myself getting crit or frozen or something once he breaks the substitute. So I think playing it a little bit safer is just to kill it here with Thunderbolt and see what comes next. Okay. Dusclops. Okay. That actually might be one of the few Pokemon out there that I'm not going to one-shot +6. I guess we'll see. Oh, did we... It had Ice Beam, so this was 3, or this was Dragonite 7, and this was Dusclops. Okay, most likely to be 3. Let's look at... I am +6, +6. This is... Let's try Dusclops 3. Oh, yeah, no, I still one-shot by a lot. I guess, you know, Dusclops is very bulky, but +6 stab Thunderbolt is pretty strong. So, yeah. I mean, I can check whether it one-shots all of them, but my guess is it's gonna. Is there anything? I mean, it could protect if it's Dusclops 2, but I'm behind a substitute. Like, there's nothing it can do. It could Psych Up, but I'm faster, so that doesn't matter either. No, there's nothing I need to be worried about here. No, it only knows one priority move. I'm faster. I one-shot. Like, it doesn't matter. Cool. And an Electrode. Okay. Not anything I really need to worry about. Most likely to be 2. I'm probably just gonna... I mean, I would think I one-shot. Electrode, not very bulky, but... Obviously, it's not very effective, but yeah, I'm one-shot anyway. Alright, protects. It's fine. Another. Alright. Keep going. Oh, Focus Band. Okay. It's not over yet. Light Screen. It could theoretically hang on forever with the Focus Band. Not that time, though. Alright, there we go. There's win number 100. Exciting stuff. Big decision now is whether we take that Dragonite, which does have a great moveset. Dragonite definitely not as good, like, defensively as Latios. But, I mean, Dragon Claw, Thunderbolt, Surf Ice Beam is a great moveset. Stab Dragon Claw. Let's consult the team builder for a sec. So we're going to look at Dragonite 7. We'll just pick whatever the most likely. Oh, this was Electrode 1. Okay, so we know it was Dusclops 1 or 3. It doesn't matter too much, but I'm not gonna. Which Electrode was it? 1. Okay. Oop. Let's just refresh this and see what it says. Dusclops 7. Or Dusclops 1. This is hot. Okay, let me just relaunch the team builder thing. Espeon, right? This is Espeon 4. This is Raikou 6. This is Heracross 2. Oh, it has the abilities back. It's weird. I don't know what's up with that. This was Guts. Okay, and then we've got Dragonite 7. We'll assume Dusclops 1. We'll assume Electrode 1. It says Inner Focus. That's alright. Yeah. Does it like me swapping? It does not. It would say, yeah, if I was going to swap anything, to swap Espeon for Dragonite, which makes sense to me, but it actually doesn't like me doing that. I mean, I can understand the logic there, which is that Dragonite has 3 IVs compared to 31. It's somewhat vulnerable defensively. You're obviously one-shotted anything that knows a nice type move. Weak to rock type. Espeon, it's just Ghost and Dark. It's much faster. Stronger special attack. What's the special attack on this thing? 298 is still pretty good. Espeon's is what? No, 394. That is a monster special attack stat. So it is. I can see why it's tough to give up. Okay. I already have Thunderbolt coverage. I mean, just the argument for Dragonite is basically just coverage. It's got great special attack coverage. You're covering Dragon, Water, Rock, Ground, Grass, Flying. Oh, yeah, just a bunch of super effective moves that Espeon doesn't have. But I think I like sticking with Espeon. We will stick. And I think I can probably do one more battle before I head out. So going for win 101. Exciting stuff. Water type. Okay. That's good for Raikou, I suppose. And still Free Spirited and Unrestrained. What are our most likely sets that we could be facing? A lot of Vaporeon for Alligator, Wailord, Suicune, Tentacruel, Ludicolo. Okay. I think it's actually like the water bodes even stronger for the argument to not take Dragonite, because obviously a lot of water types are going to know Ice Beam, and so they'd potentially be able to one-shot Dragonite. So I feel good about not swapping. Let's do it. Ludicolo, okay. 4 is probably, or 3 is probably the scariest. If it's 1 or 2, I mean, that's a great matchup for Raikou to set up on. Let's see if we can get some odds here. It is most likely to be 1 or 2. I think we basically just have to game out, like, if it's 3 or 4, because 1 or 2 are just, like, they're also not really threats to Espeon. Like, I assume Espeon's probably going to two-shot and it's not gonna one-shot me. Uh, if it's 3 or 4 though, like let's game out if it's 3, which is probably the scariest one because it could rain dance, and then if it has whatever, uh, I'm blanking the name of the ability, but rain dish, then it can recover a lot of HP each turn. Let's look at Ludicolo 3. Okay, so I have a decent chance of two-shotting it. Although it could Leech Seed me, and then then I wouldn't two-shot. What does the logic look like for like which move it's gonna use? If the user has a move that inflicts damage. Okay, so that's... In this case, it does have a move that inflicts damage if it's 3, but not if it's 4. So if the user's HP... Okay, but neither of those things would be true. So this is basically just going to always have a value of 0 or score of 0. Rain Dance. I know there's like weird bugs with how the AI deals with weather, so I'm going to kind of just ignore that. I'm not too worried about Rain Dance anyway. As a first turn move. Okay. It's pretty likely to use Double Team first turn. That's good to know. Leech Seed does not go through Substitute, right? I'm like 90% sure it doesn't. Sometimes I get a little paranoid. No, yeah, I mean, I was like pretty certain, but okay. I think the move is probably to swap to Raikou because I'm gonna outspeed, and so most likely it's gonna use Double Team, and then I can just hide behind a substitute, and then it can't Leech Seed me, and then I set up with Calm Mind, and maybe it, +6 is its evasiveness, but like eventually I'm gonna hit a Thunderbolt, hopefully, and then I KO it. And then if it's Ludicolo 1 or 2, then again, outside of it like freezing me or something, I get a free setup. It really can't touch me. And if it's 4, it's basically the same deal as 3 because Toxic, I can just rest. And also I'd be hiding behind a substitute. So actually, yeah, it wouldn't even be able to Toxic me. Yeah, I think this is a pretty clear switch to Raikou. Surf. Okay. So this is not... Ooh, that did more than I thought it would. Am I dead to crit? I might be. Huh. Okay, so first of all, I guess I didn't even consider the possibility that it like could do significant damage to Raikou. Okay. And it's going to do a different amount of damage between 1 and 2. My guess is it's 2 because it did more damage than I expected it would. Let's look at Raikou. 6. Let's look at 1 first. Yeah, so I have 254 HP. So yeah, it did 34%, which is like, unless it was like the highest of high rolls on Ludicolo 2 or Ludicolo 1. Yeah, it almost definitely is Ludicolo 2. So I guess first of all, am I dead to crit? I'm pretty sure I am. It's a range. Okay. But it, pretty good odds with the range. I mean, I could like substitute PP stall him, but I don't know how many I'd actually be able to how much I'd actually be able to do. I think my move is to just kind of roll the dice and use Calm Mind and just hope I don't get crit. Um, because yeah, once I'm +1 special defense, then his serfs won't even break my substitute, and I'd be pretty good about setting up. So I think I just have to roll the dice on this one serf, and if I get crit, I can send an Espeon and hit a couple of Calm Minds, and then Psychic, and go from there, something like that. Yeah. You gotta take some chances every now and then. Famous last words, I guess. Okay, cool. No crit. Alright. So now I should be able to substitute, and again, barring a crit, he won't break the substitute. And then I could, like, rest or something. Cool. Now I can rest, and he will break the substitute on the next turn, and I will just substitute again. I don't know if I should be counting serfs, because I'm not trying to PP stall, but like, I mean, I guess there maybe are scenarios where counting his PP could matter. And I will continue Calm Minding. Alright, here's the substitute. Keep going. Like, I guess I could maybe be in trouble if if I have, because I'm gonna have to rest again if he, like, breaks the substitute and then crits me while I'm asleep. That's really the only scenario I could think of. He might be out of Surf PP anyway. He just friggin' Thunder Punched. So, yeah, I don't think I have anything to worry about. Okay, yeah, there's Ice Beam. I guess Ice Beam, and the substitute's gone. It was a crit. I have to rest. Maybe I should have rested before, because now, I mean, like, yeah, he could crit me with Ice Beam. That's... Yeah, maybe this wasn't played exactly optimally. Fire Punch. Substitute as soon as I wake up. Okay, cool. Alright, so last Calm Mind. And again, like, just like the last battle, I guess you could make an argument for, like, resting or something, so that I have, like, higher health and, you know, my substitute hasn't taken 2 hits, but, like, I'd rather not roll the dice on crits or freezes or stuff like that, so I will just take it out with the Thunderbolt and see what comes next. Suicune. Alright, glad this is, I mean, I don't want to be too careless here. First of all, this was Ice Beam, and this is Suicune. I don't want to be too careless here, but I'm, like, pretty certain that just every scenario involves me one-shotting this. This thing can protect, it can roar, but I would kill it first. If it's Suicune, does it outspeed me with any of these? I have 2 yeah, I outspeed no matter what. The best defensive Suicune, I guess, is either 2 or 6. I guess let's look at 6. And I am +6/+6. I have to imagine I'm killing. Yeah. Yeah, it's really just not even close. Unfortunate a little bit about this. You could make the argument that I should have scouted, actually. That I should have intentionally not killed Suicune so that I can know which Suicune it is, because there are some Suicune sets that are really good. But it's too late now. Wheezing. Alright. That's it. Cool. So this, we can see if the Wheezing gives any insight into which Suicune it is. Not really. Okay. I mean, I could do the exact same thing for Suicune that I did for Latios on the last battle, because there are some really good Suicune sets. It's a really great, like, special wall type Pokemon, and it's got really great stats to back it up, offensively and defensively. I will leave that for next time. I'm going to rest again. And, yeah, that should be it for the stream. We're at 10... Was it 101 or 102? I did 3. I've won 3, so 101 wins, going for win 102. So, exciting stuff. I will see you next time.